Hello everyone, welcome to another fresh episode of Big League Soccer, the program that tells you everything you need to know about the biggest leagues in European football. My name is Tunde Koiki. With me in the studio today, our cousin Ilegbede. Thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be.
And Julius Ojebosa, thank you for joining us as well.
It's a pleasure to be back again.
Okay, on this program, you know what we do. Biggest news in world football, the biggest leagues, we examine everything that's been going on. Let's start with the English Premier League, where it's been a record-breaking performance last weekend for lots of people. Diego Costa, Chelsea's new hitman, scored his 7th goal in 4 Premier League games, his first hat-trick in English football. Cesc Fabregas also had his 6th assist of the season and his 10th consecutive assist from his last time in English football. And that is a record in English football. So, well, as far as Chelsea is concerned, I think Jose Mourinho is a particularly happy man, cousin.
He is, and throughout last season, he kept shouting that he didn't have a world-class striker, even though I tend to disagree. But I mean, he splashed the cash this time around, brought in Costa for 32 million, brought Fabregas for 30 quid. I mean, that 30 million quid, that's a lot of money, and he's getting the result. I mean, the least you could expect from them is what they're doing.
You said you tend to disagree that he didn't have a world-class striker.
Yes, he might have slowed down.
He's a world-class striker. At 32,
he's always been a world-class striker.
At 32, we have to look at hhis age and wear and tear. Did he have a world-class striker?
But he turned out to be the highest goal scorer last season, and Demba wasn't given a fair crack of the whip.
When you look at the fact that Diego Costa took 4 games to score 7 goals, and
you see,
Fernando Torres, and
it's easy to look at statistics and get carried away.
Statistics online.
Sometimes they do. Okay. Chelsea didn't have a Fabregas last season. Okay. Out of Costa's 7 goals, Fabregas made 6 of them. Without Fabregas, maybe that man would have scored only 1 goal as we speak. That is not taking anything away. Costa is a superb finisher, one of the best in the world. But he has in Fabregas somebody who is making ammunition for him to shoot opponents down. I mean, the other strikers at Chelsea last season didn't have that. Hazard operates from the wide, okay, and you have a Lampard who will always want to score instead of making.
What about an Oscar?
Oscar wants to score rather than make passes. How many assists did Oscar make last season?
And this would matter.
It would matter. That's the coach. The coach said he wasn't working hard enough.
Actually, that was a missing link because when he sold matter, he lacked that creativity.
He said he wasn't working hard enough.
Absolutely. But let me add to this. Now, you see, there is no team that will have a Cesc Fabregas playing the role he's playing, and the striker will not try. I remember when he was in Arsenal. Adebayo became the highest goal scorer in Arsenal, not because Adebayo was a world class. You want to rate him as a world class, but he has a Cesc Fabregas, and that makes all the assists that he needs. Because with Cesc Fabregas, it makes goal scoring for the striker easy.
Which brings me to a very interesting question, and I have to direct this to you, Julius. If that is the case, then why did Arsene Wenger pass up the opportunity?
Wenger should
Hold on. Let me finish the question. Why did Arsene Wenger pass up the opportunity of re-signing a player who clearly stated that his heart has always been Arsenal?
Yes.
A player who clearly was one of Arsenal's biggest players over the past 10 years. A player who's clearly, his statistics speak for himself as one of the most creative players in European football. Why did they pass him on?
Okay, honestly, I would love to have given a specific answer in those questions, but I cannot understand.
You can't answer for Wenger.
Yes, I cannot understand it because I think what he was doing is that he doesn't expect an Ozil to play the way his Fabregas will play, because with Fabregas in that team, players like Ozil, players like they will find their space on the bench. Perhaps he doesn't want to disturb what has been going on in the club because he got the FA Cup and maybe because the competition. So perhaps he wants to hang in with that, but really I don't know what to say because I would have signed Cesc Fabregas 10 times back to Arsenal.
Can you find any justification for that kind of reasoning?
Reasoning from Wenger's perspective, it has to be economic.
I mean, he shelled out, was it 45 million for Ozil?
No, 42 for Ozil.
42 for
now, he's already spent 30 something on Alexis Sanchez. So you don't expect him to fork out another 30 something on his Fabregas. And besides, he looks at his team I have Ramsey, Aaron Ramsey, I have Jack Wilshere, I have
Ozil,
I have Mesut, Asante Kazoya.
But the Arsenal board has always consistently maintained that there is money to spend.
Of course, they will say that.
I would disagree with money issue. I think it's beyond money. If as a Wenger needed Fabregas, we will have paid that money and bring it back. But I feel, like I've said, I cannot absolutely give you that this is the reason. But I'm saying this, the reason he might say he already had a team that won a trophy. Perhaps I don't need a Fabregas anymore. Perhaps. No, but for me, if I have to make the choice, I would have signed like I said, 10 times back to Arsenal. I would have done that.
Oh well, I mean we'll see whether that decision by Arsenal possible might even cost him maybe a title at the end of the season. Let's move on.
Wait, before you go, remember last season he had the chance to sign Luis Suarez. That's the point I'm talking about. No. He had a chance. He had a chance. Wait.
Hold on, cousin.
Remember the story? He started with how much?
It was not a chance.
He started with 30.
The fact that he wanted to
went to 40 plus 1.
But
it was very strict. If you wanted a player, I mean, like the Fergis of this world will do, you pay the right price and you got your money.
It's one thing for you to want to buy a player. It's another thing for the
Wenger doesn't believe it's
ready to sell.
And
Liverpool said very clearly that they were not selling to Arsenal.
If Arsenal
if
Arsenal had put on the table like 50 that time last season, I'm sure they would have gotten Suarez. I'm sure they would have.
It's still debatable. But speaking of Suarez Summer Club, Liverpool, for the third consecutive season, I think they have lost at home. To one of the team that now seems to be their nemesis, Aston Villa. It was a particularly shambolic performance. But don't take this too hard, cousin. But they had 18. They considered their goal in 8 minutes 47 seconds in the first half, and for 85 minutes plus, including added time, they struggled to break down Aston Villa. They had 18 shots, 10 off target, 7 were blocked, and only 1 on target. And for a team that is aspiring to remain in the top 4. It didn't inspire confidence.
It didn't inspire confidence, but you're not going to judge them based on one match. I mean, it's not done. We still have 35 matches to go. And even in the 4 matches they played, it's not as if they played terrible game in all the 4 matches. Against Villa, they didn't come to the party.
Against Man City?
Against Man City, they played well. The first half, they were on top of Man City.
You think?
Not that I think. Everybody, I mean, did you see the game? Liverpool were on top of Man City. The first half, 5 minutes, of course. 3-1. But talking about the game against Aston Villa, there is recent history in favor of Aston Villa playing at Anfield. Out of 7 visits, their last 7 visits to Liverpool, they've not lost a match. They will either win or draw. Even when Fernando Torres was in his form, Liverpool lost 3-1.
Luis Suarez was there too.
They couldn't beat Villa at home. But when they go away to Villa Park, they beat Villa there.
The argument is that Villa are a better team away from home than they are at
generally.
But why do Villa seem to have this stranglehold on Liverpool, Julius?
Well, I would think it's a confident thing because like you said. If you have gone to a place and you have won, so when you go to that place, you don't feel intimidated. And like you saw the game, and again they got an early goal. So all those put together will ultimately work for them. And I believe that Liverpool is a beatable team. We go to Anfield and we put on a good performance, we'll get the point. And that for me is what is going on well with them now.
Mario Balotelli on his home debut wasn't given any favor by the Villa team. Some particularly
not by
interesting tackles.
But in my opinion, I think Reverend Messi aided and abetted Villa. Yes, I'm being very, very frank. Yeah, I mean, Liverpool have history with Messi.
The FA could find him for what you're saying.
Incidentally, I don't work where the FA could find me. I mean, Liverpool have history with Messi. I remember during the time of Benitez, we played away to Fulham, and he issued 2 questionable red cards. Liverpool eventually lost that match 3-1. If you haven't forgotten, last season against Man City, Liverpool scored a second one that would have taken the result to 2-0 against Man City. Sterling's goal was shot out.
The assistant referee's fault.
But the referee had the chance to overruling. Yes or no? Excuse me. Yes or no?
Yes, he could have.
So why Messi all the time? I mean, look at the kind of fouls, the series of fouls, and the type of cynical fouls meted out to Balotelli. Are you wondering that? I can't even remember a Villa player got a yellow card for kicking Mario Balotelli.
And to his credit, Mario Balotelli didn't react.
He disappointed English media by not reacting, because it would have been their biggest story if he had reacted and gotten a red card.
Are you saying that Villa specifically targeted Balotelli?
I believe that.
In the hope that
look,
and the British media, hold on, they are saying the British media were actually hoping for a sensational story.
Exactly.
Balotelli red carded on his first game.
There is no good news like bad news. If Mario Balotelli had done,
there's no bad news like Balotelli.
Yes, if Balotelli had done anything silly, no matter what any other person, in fact, the Man City Arsenal game would have been relegated to the background. The league story would have been the bad boy is back.
Even if he sneezed, they would have said it's part of the player.
Yeah. So, and Villa knew this. They had a game plan to frustrate him, to provoke him, get him recorded, so that the press will be happy and they will get an easy game to play against 10 men. But Balotelli lived above all that. And are you surprised that nobody, no medium in England praised him for that maturity? I'm talking about their papers. I watched the papers on Sunday. Yes. Nobody said anything about his maturity.
And even against Tottenham,
yes,
I saw some careless tackle against Balotelli.
Yes.
I think in the dressing room, because of his character and his history, particularly some player would have been told,
yes,
pinch in, yes, react.
So is it a
but Senderos went beyond above pinching.
Gentlemen, is this a case of increasing maturity on behalf of
absolutely? That's
or maybe Brendan Rodgers has managed to
actually
succeeding well, people.
Even for me, I'm not going to celebrate his display of maturity yet, because the season is still long. Okay, how long can he bottle all this? And what I need to see from Balotelli again is how reaction, not violent reaction now. When they provoke you, then off them. Yes, he hasn't been doing that. He's been, soaking it in, but he hasn't been dishing out.
What do you mean dish out?
Now, dish out is it. Now, when somebody kicks you, then go very close to his box. Let him kick you there. Commit him. If Balotelli was smart enough, Senderos could have gotten a red card.
As a in-house Liverpool fan, would you have preferred that he scored a hat-trick and got a red card?
No, that's not saying.
I'm just asking, you want a reaction from him, a positive reaction. Would you have been happy if he scored a hat-trick and got a red card, or he did nothing and didn't get sent off? Which would you have preferred?
If I would have been happy if he scored 3 goals and got a red card, because if he has scored 3 goals against Villa, Liverpool have won 3-1.
I don't guarantee too much.
No. But let's face it. What he needs to do, I think the next step for him now is to hurt opponents. Legally, not by kicking. Yeah. He is already living above all those cynical fouls. Now he has to get into positions where he will hurt them.
Okay, gentlemen, finally, last piece of news from England. It was Manchester United, their new dawn, as they say. They finally got their season on track. 4-0 against Queen's Park Rangers. All their new boys were on parade. They win. Angel Di Maria, Falcao, Marcos Rojo, all of them played 4-0. But is there cause to celebrate? I mean, let's be candid. This Queen's Park Rangers, a team that Tottenham did beat 4-0. So they are
away from home.
Yeah, so
I think based on the result they've gotten so far, before then,
can they now say that yes, their season is back on track?
Of course they should.
You see today I said, I said something yesterday. I said it is only a devil who will begrudge United fans celebrating after what they've been through in the last 1 year plus. I mean,
well, they are red devils anyway.
So yes, we will allow them their moments in sunshine. I mean, I expected them to beat this past Rangers better than that. But at least they won and they didn't concede a goal.
The question is are they now out of the woods, or is it too early to say?
Yeah, no, it's too early. That's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making.
But I think, in my opinion, I think they are out of it. Because they needed result to boost their confidence, which they got no matter which opposition. You might say it's Queen's Park Rangers, but that win will say something to the players. Yes, we can, more or less. So, and with that performance, I don't know who they play this, but if they can get results the next match, I think they are.
See why I say it's not, it could be a force down, is because their first 7 matches, they were expected to win those, they were winnable games for them. given the kind of investment, given the history, given everything, even the coach and whatever.
But some of the players were injured. They just came back.
Wait. But Vaha did something yesterday that I have to praise. He reverted to four-man defense. Although he said he was forced to use it because of the space of injuries he still had in the team. I pray he doesn't play three defense against the Chelsea of this world. Even Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, United will be thoroughly punished.
We'll see.
I'm
see
sure.
We'll see how that pans.
I'm sure.
Let's take a quick break. This is still Big League Soccer. We'll go on a very quick break and we'll be right back with the rest of the news from other big leagues around Europe. Welcome back. It's still Big League Soccer, and I'm still here with Kozim Ilegbede and Julius Ojabase. Let's move on to the Italian Serie A and the Spanish La Liga, where some the goals were reigning in those two leagues. Let's just quickly rush through Italy. Juventus league leaders won unsurprisingly against Udinese. Carlos Tevez also scoring. Roma winning away at Empoli. They needed a lone goal for that, an own goal for that. Napoli lost at home to Chievo. Gonzalo Higuain losing the penalty in that game. Inter Milan hammering Sassuolo 7-0. Last season they went away to Sassuolo and won 7-0. So Sassuolo has become something like lunch for them. Mauro Icardi scored. Mauro Icardi scored a hat-trick in that game as well. And there was also the particularly interesting game, 9-goal thriller at the Stadio Ennio Tardini between host Parma and AC Milan that ended 5-4.
And the two teams ended with 10 players each.
It was criminal defending on part of both teams.
It was attacking football at its best.
But you wonder, hold on. Italian football is noted for
the defense,
robust defending. Yeah. When you see 9 goals, 7 goals in the
game, you can't have it both ways. It's either you are so solid defensively and you fail to score many goals, or you become adventurous and you leave gaps at the back. So the two teams went for it. I thoroughly enjoyed that game. I mean, it was just like the Everton Chelsea match.
So
another 9-goal thriller. And that is the aim of the game. Goals. Okay, so that is why a lot of us keep saying Italian football is boring. I mean, if they score so many goals, people will be excited. Goals make the game. So 9 goals, and it was really, I mean, I keep wondering why nobody in England bought Nageli de Jong, because I mean the goal he won the ball against Cassano and ran almost half of it. And he took that goal, any striker would be so happy. Yet we're talking of a defensive midfielder. That's the kind of a player United should have gotten, who they don't have now, which makes me keep saying it's still a force down for United.
Let's leave United. Let's leave your United passion.
It's not passion.
Let's leave your United passion and move on to Spain, where Barcelona had a routine 2-0 win over Athletic Bilbao. Interesting result because Lionel Messi didn't score, but he created both goals for Neymar. And it's becoming a very productive partnership between both of them.
And when you think that Suarez is
I'm sure the Barcelona fans have plenty to look forward to.
Of course, because the partnership between Messi and Neymar is working now, and that's without Suarez, And if you have that one back again with those, and the three of them can work together, I see that Barcelona team getting back to where they used to be.
And that kind of thing you see, well, but I love what I've already said, by the time Suarez comes back, you see Barcelona's attack has bite.
Not only that, you see Barcelona, the last 5, 6, 7 seasons, they didn't do much defensively in terms of recruitment. This season, they decided to deviate from the past and they brought in good reinforcement. So it's not a vice line, yeah? Yes,
but it's still got an attacker
and a couple of defenders. So wait, today it's unlike Barcelona to invest that kind of money defensively. So they won't concede goals and they will score goals. And that is why I tip them to win La Liga. It's too early, but I mean my videos very early. It's not when the league is over that you make your predictions.
But let's move on to the Santiago Bernabeu,
that's the
where Real Madrid lost a game to Atletico Madrid. And we've talked about the rise of Atletico Madrid as the third force in Spanish football, but this continuous way and manner in which they continue to stifle Real Madrid and get the odd draw here or get a win here, I'm sure it will be worrying for all Madridistas.
It's more than worrying, and it's not just Atletico. Don't forget, Real Madrid squandered 2 goals lead, 2-goal lead to lose 4-2 to Real Sociedad a fortnight ago. You see, Real Madrid have a problem, and the problem is the president. There, this president who recruits players, especially if the president happens to be a certain Florentino Perez. I mean, the Galactico of his first team that burnt in his face later on is what he has started doing now. He has succeeded in dismantling a team that won a double last season, a winning team, removing key elements, bringing in players, unwanted players, unnecessary players, yes, quality players, but unwanted, yes, excuse me. Tell me, Real Madrid of last season, where will you fit in a James Rodriguez? Real Madrid of last season, where will you fit in a Toni Kroos? No place. Okay, so why bring them? Why jettison Di Maria, who was key to your success? Why jettison Xabi Alonso, who was key?
Maybe he's 33.
Excuse me. Is he still playing? Okay, he's 33 and he's playing regularly for Bayern Munich now. What are you talking about?
Bayern Munich has injury problems, so he might be able to step
whatever. So what happens? Who plays like Xabi Alonso in the Real Madrid today?
Julius, the argument is that now Real Madrid are very top heavy. They have so much attacking talent, but too little defensive talent. So it seems as if like a bodybuilder who has very heavy torso but very skinny legs.
Yeah, that because
Thomas Hans.
That means the team is not balanced. You can have the best attack in the world, but if you don't have a capable defense line, particularly at the midfield, to be able to link the defense and the attack, then there will be issues. And like he has said, you let go some key player. I will not let Alonso leave the team. Even if I bring it to Toni Kroos, I'll still leave Alonso. Maybe they can alter the game. Alonso plays, he comes in later or some of them. I won't let him go. But I think Madrid they've done some mistakes by letting go some of those players.
What if they are trying to recreate the Vicente Del Bosque era where they were more than happy to concede 4 as long as 1 by 5
and the coach is Vicente Del Bosque?
What I'm saying, hold on. I'm saying they're trying to reconstruct that era that they don't mind conceding goals, but as long as they win by more goals. I mean,
that has not happened. They've scored and
it has not happened yet.
Yes, it has not happened.
Football has evolved beyond that. Besides, the personality of the coach. Del Bosque didn't have it easy that time, and ultimately it was jettisoned because in the Perez's view, he wasn't a Galactico coach, so he had to be jettisoned. I'm sure if Perez survives the election, the coach's days are numbered. Talking about Carlo Ancelotti, an excellent coach in my opinion.
How does Ancelotti, who won 2 titles last season, and suddenly become a bad coach?
Because the president has made him to become a bad coach by dismantling his team.
So, don't you think it's the president that should take the blame?
But even with the vote,
he is still in charge. So
and if the results are not coming, who goes? It's the coach.
And you look for the
scapegoat is the coach.
That's particularly sad. Anyway. But that has always been the story of Real Madrid.
Especially with Florentino Perez.
So let's move on. Champions League fixtures coming back. We're very happy about that. Tuesday and Wednesday, football is back. But let's run through the fixtures and I'm going to ask you gentlemen for your predictions. Liverpool return to the Champions League and they'll be facing Ludogorets of Bulgaria. Interesting news about Ludogorets. The player, remember in their last game against the Romanian team, their keeper was sent off just a few minutes before the penalty shootout. The player who stepped into goal saved 2 penalties. Now, the new stand in their stadium has been named after that player. Now, according to what we hear, reports that they now have their first choice and second choice goalkeepers are injured before they come. It's goalkeeping has featured particularly interestingly in the story of Ludogorets.
It's not going to be a problem. They already have
they have a third choice goalkeeper. But that game, Liverpool against Ludogorets, when you look at how Liverpool performed over the weekend,
on paper, you want to see Liverpool in spite of the performance of last week. We know that wasn't Liverpool. But I want to be wary of these unknown quantities. They are going to be highly motivated. Okay. And for me, I won't be surprised if there is
another. You don't want another Villa result?
I don't think they will win at Anfield.
Okay. Julius?
I don't see a draw.
You don't see a draw?
I see a trash.
For who?
For Liverpool.
For Liverpool.
Liverpool will
win. Okay. Next game is Benfica versus Zenit St. Petersburg. Predictions?
Well, Benfica are playing at home, but Zenit are not bad because AVB is desperate to prove himself again. So I'll see a draw there. I mean, Benfica 5 finalists of Europa League, last 2 Europa League. So they are not going to lose at home, but I don't think they will beat Zenit.
Julius?
Benfica will win.
Yeah, Benfica
Straight win.
Juventus versus Malmo. Do we need to talk about that one?
No, for me, it's a walkover for Joey.
Okay. Real Madrid versus FC Basel.
Yeah, FC Basel. Well, the team now have lost a couple of key players. One of them, Mohamed Salah, who is now at Chelsea. So Real Madrid definitely, they have to win. They are condemned to win. After 2 consecutive league losses.
Defending champions of the
And defending champions. You expect some reaction. Whether the team is not balanced or not. I think Real Madrid should
Real Madrid will win that.
Okay. Monaco versus Bayer Leverkusen.
Monaco have a lot of problems now. I see Bayer Leverkusen winning.
And
At
Leverkusen
first,
is really
they are topping the league in Germany.
No, they're not.
No, joint top.
Joint top, yeah.
7 points, 3 teams, and they are top because they have better goals difference. So for me, they could shock Monaco because Monaco are the wrong of the.
Yeah, when you look at it, depending on the likes of Ricardo Carvalho in defense.
So to be honest with you, I see if Leverkusen don't win, they're not going to lose. The best I see for Monaco is a draw.
Yeah.
Leverkusen will not lose.
Leverkusen will win that.
Yes, I think they will win as well.
Okay, Dortmund versus Arsenal at the Signal Iduna Park. Julius?
I think it's a draw.
It's a draw. Interesting.
I think Dortmund could just nick it because really top spot is between the 2 teams.
I hope you know if people are going to be betting, I'll listen to your prediction. So
I'm not sending anybody to go out because I'm neither octopus nor do I claim any play.
You're not an oracle.
No. But I mean, it's important for Dortmund to win at home against your closest rival. Finishing second in Champions League, Arsenal will tell you the story. That's why they will not be going past the second round. So I see Dortmund winning that match.
Olympiacos, Atletico Madrid.
Atletico for me.
Atletico.
I mean, Atletico have been really brilliant. You expect them to get to win in Greece.
The Olympiacos got to second round last season.
Okay, but Galatasaray versus Anderlecht.
I think
Gala will win, but it's not a match I want to watch.
You don't think so?
It's not.
Was the standard Yilmaz Burak, former Italian coach Cesare Prandelli?
Yes, Gala is a rich man's QPR in terms of the age of the players.
How do you know you're talking about the biggest team in Turkey?
That is Turkey.
Former European champions, UEFA Cup winners.
Hello. And where is Turkey in European football? Yes, they finished semi-finalists in 2002 World Cup.
Yes.
But since when?
Thank you. Moving on quickly, Wednesday matches will see Chelsea against Schalke at home.
Yeah.
Yes,
Chelsea
so
did
to continue.
Chelsea did a double last season against Schalke, and I expect that to continue. Schalke are struggling in Germany badly.
Yes, it's very hard to see beyond Chelsea in this game.
I check for the Costa.
Again. I hope it's not injured this time around.
Okay, Porto versus Bate Borisov.
I see Porto. Porto looks solid.
You guys
are
you just not saying Porto because obviously they're the bigger team in this?
No, I watched Porto's qualifiers. I mean, the way they put out Lille, I was impressed. Yes. So if
they put that kind of performance, obviously they'll be too strong for that side.
Okay, Roma against our own CSK Moscow. I say our own because we have Nigerian interest. Ahmed Musa in that game.
I mean, it could end in the draw. Roma have been struggling from the beginning of the season. They've been struggling. So, and CSK, I mean, they have experience at this level as well.
And they've also played as well into their season as well. So,
yes,
you know, they are battle
hardened. Yes, they are in good match fitness. I'm going for a draw. I don't think Roma will beat CSK.
Roma to win just a draw for. Okay, next one is Barcelona versus Apple Nicosia.
No contest.
No, I think you left that city.
No.
They should just be happy that Suarez is not playing. Otherwise, we'll be talking about 15 goals.
Barcelona. Okay. Bayern Munich versus Manchester City.
That's the second biggest game in fact, for me, the biggest game of the round.
Okay. And the first second will be which one?
That will be Dortmund Arsenal. Yes. So I think
these two foes met last season.
I think it's going to end in a draw this time around. City are sitting. They need a result, and yes, they can hold their own. If City come out and play good, because last season they just bottled it.
Yeah.
They didn't come out. They showed too much respect to Bayern and to Barcelona when they made them at the latter stages. So if they don't show respect and play to their potentials, even City can shut Bayern.
But that's not even as a result.
I'll go for a draw. I don't think City will lose.
Bayern will win.
Bayern would win. that match between Bayern versus Manchester City. Ajax versus Paris Saint-Germain.
Wow. Paris ordinarily on paper should win.
I mean, with the talents of Cavani,
they've been struggling
David
in
Luiz,
the French
Ibrahimovic.
league. And then you never know with Ajax. Yes, they remain the Ajax of old, but you never know. So I'll go for a slight victory for PSG.
PSG.
Away from home. Okay, Maribor of Slovenia against Sporting Lisbon.
Sporting Lisbon from the straight away.
Why are you saying Sporting Lisbon? I mean, they haven't really done that well. And they haven't recruited massively. They have a Nani who hasn't hit the limelight. And you did say something about these new teams that you never find in the Champions League that they can be dangerous. Playing at home, no, I'm surprised none of these giving them a chance.
I still go for Sporting Lisbon.
To be honest, you can only trust what you think. But I feel the occasion itself, it's new, they are new to it. There's a way to get into you. And I just feel the other team have more experience to cope.
Okay. I'll keep my eyes specifically on that one. I think we might be in the shop for that. But final one is Athletic Bilbao versus Shakhtar Donetsk.
Atletico Bilbao.
Because it's a Spanish team, but you forget that.
I go for Shakhtar Donetsk. I go for a draw.
I have a reason because I've watched Atletico Bilbao play. And even they have to play to qualify, and I saw that I think they play against
Napoli.
I saw
that.
I saw that.
They were good. That team that Napoli was good.
They were high powered.
They drew 1-1 away, and then one is in the
3-1. And Napoli even scored. They came from behind. So I saw their performance. If they play that way, they will be good.
And Shakhtar with all the internal strikes in the country. Yes, I'm considering my stance.
But they're not playing it they're not playing it in Ukraine. They're actually playing it in Spain.
It affects the players. It affects the players. No matter what, psychologically they won't be at the level they should be. And then when you're playing away to an athletic, a very good Athletic Bilbao side, I also go for Athletic Bilbao.
Okay, everyone, you've heard the predictions of our in-house experts. They've told you who they think will win in the UEFA Champions League games that we play on Tuesday and Wednesday. Don't forget you can join in on the great debate. Tell us what you think about the Manchester City Arsenal match. Tell us what you think about Manchester United's new dawn. Tell us what you think about Mario Balotelli's debut at Anfield. Home debut at Anfield. Tell us what you think about everything we've discussed on this program. Don't forget to send your comments in on the program, and don't forget to subscribe. My name is Sunil Koiki. This has been Big League Soccer.